What if living to 100 wasn't just about genetics, but about choices? Across the globe, people are living longer than ever, and not just surviving, but thriving well into their 80s, 90s, even past 100. And while we once believed longevity was mostly luck, modern science and centuries of lived experience now tell a different story. A longer life isn't about miracle cures or expensive treatments. It's about the simple, consistent things we do every day. In quiet mountain villages, coastal towns, and sunny countryside communities, researchers have found people living longer, healthier lives without much medical intervention. They walk often. They eat simply. They have a reason to get up each day. And while no single habit guarantees a longer life, patterns begin to emerge. Patterns that give us real clues about how to extend not just the quantity of life, but the quality. Today, we'll explore the most powerful daily practices that support longevity. Habits backed by science and inspired by real people who've lived well past the expected age. You'll learn about the foods that fuel a long life, the importance of movement, the surprising role of purpose, and the often overlooked influence of rest and social connection. And most importantly, you'll see that it's never too late to start. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, these habits can begin reshaping your future right now. Because longevity isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Let's begin. Longevity starts with the mind. When we think about living longer, we often jump straight to diet or exercise. But the truth is, longevity begins in the mind. Mindset, your sense of purpose, optimism, and connection to others, has a direct impact on how long and how well you live. In fact, researchers studying the world's longest living populations found something remarkable. Whether in Japan, Costa Rica, or southern Italy, people who live past 100 tend to have something in common. They wake up each day with a reason to live. They feel needed, useful, connected, and that sense of meaning becomes a protective force, helping them face the challenges of aging with resilience. In Okinawa, Japan, elders speak of ikigai, a personal reason for being. It could be tending a garden, caring for grandchildren, or sharing wisdom with the community. In Sardinia, Italy, elders remain respected figures in the village, passing on traditions, stories, and skills. In each case, purpose is not a luxury. It's woven into daily life. Science backs this up. Studies show that having a strong sense of purpose is associated with a lower risk of chronic disease, better sleep, lower stress levels, and even reduced mortality rates. People with purpose live longer, period. But what if you don't feel like you have one? Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as calling a friend each day, learning something new, or volunteering once a week. It's about staying engaged, mentally and emotionally. Equally important is mindset. Optimism may not come naturally to everyone, but it's a powerful longevity tool. Optimistic people tend to recover from illness more quickly, cope with setbacks better, and live up to 11% longer than pessimists. That's not just a feel-good quote, it's a measurable difference in health outcomes. One way to build a more positive mindset is through gratitude. Taking a few minutes each morning to reflect on what you're thankful for can shift your mental and emotional state. Over time, this builds resilience and helps buffer the daily stressors that wear us down. Finally, never underestimate the power of connection. Loneliness has been linked to increased risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and early death. On the flip side, staying socially connected, whether through family, faith, hobbies, or community groups, can extend life expectancy significantly. Longevity starts with intention. When the mind is engaged, the heart follows. When we feel needed, we show up for our lives. And when we surround ourselves with people and purpose, we create an environment where long life becomes not just possible, but meaningful. Movement is medicine. When we think about movement and longevity, the image that often comes to mind is intense exercise, running, weightlifting, maybe a daily fitness class. But in the world's longest living communities, exercise looks very different. It's not about gym memberships or workout routines. It's about natural movement, built into the rhythm of daily life. In Okinawa, elders garden every morning. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, they walk hilly roads to visit neighbors. In Sardinia, they climb steep village paths and tend sheep. These movements aren't forced. They're habitual, tied to purpose and community. And the results speak for themselves. Science confirms that consistent, moderate physical activity is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. You don't need marathons or six-pack abs. You just need to move, regularly and with intention. For seniors especially, daily movement helps preserve independence. It keeps muscles strong, joints flexible, and the heart functioning efficiently. It improves balance and coordination, reducing the risk of falls, and it stimulates the brain, promoting sharper thinking and better mood. Even something as simple as walking for 30 minutes a day can lower the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. It also boosts endorphins and combats depression, a condition that quietly erodes health over time. But movement isn't limited to walking. Gardening, cleaning, dancing, swimming, light stretching, or Tai Chi. All these count. The key is consistency, not intensity. Strength training deserves special attention. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. But strength training, even using body weight or light resistance bands, can slow or even reverse this decline. Building and maintaining muscle is about more than strength. It's about stability, mobility, and energy. More muscle means better blood sugar control, stronger bones, improved posture, and greater resilience during illness or injury. Balance-focused exercises like standing on one leg or gentle yoga poses can further reduce fall risk, a major concern for older adults. Falls are the leading cause of injury among seniors, and one of the top reasons for early loss of independence. So how do you begin? Start where you are. If movement has been missing from your life, begin with 5-minute walks. Add a stretch routine after your morning tea. Lift light weights while watching TV. The point is to make movement part of the background of your day, not a chore, but a habit. Think of movement as medicine. The dose doesn't need to be extreme, but it needs to be regular. And perhaps most importantly, find joy in it. Choose activities you enjoy. Dance to your favorite music. Take walks with a friend. Join a Tai Chi group at your community center. When movement becomes pleasurable, you're more likely to stick with it. And longevity is a long game. Your body was made to move. And the more you move, the more you can do, not just today, but in the years to come. Longevity isn't about avoiding aging. It's about aging well. And movement is the engine that keeps everything running. Your heart, your muscles, your brain, and your spirit. Eat to last. If there's one habit shared by nearly every long-living culture, it's how and what they eat. Not fad diets, not supplements or powders, just real food, eaten in moderation, with purpose and tradition. In Okinawa, people enjoy purple sweet potatoes, tofu, seaweed, and green vegetables. Low in calories, rich in nutrients. In Sardinia, it's whole grains, olive oil, goat cheese, and red wine in moderation. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, it's black beans, rice, squash, and tropical fruits. These aren't elaborate meals, but they share common themes: plant-forward, minimally processed, high in fiber and antioxidants. The kind of food that nourishes the body without overloading it. One key concept many of these cultures follow is the idea of eating until you're 80% full. In Japan, it's called harahachi-bu. Instead of eating until they're stuffed, they stop when they're satisfied. This gentle caloric restriction has been shown to support cellular repair and reduce age-related disease. Portion control may sound simple, but it's powerful. Chronic overeating puts stress on the body, spiking insulin, raising inflammation, and accelerating aging. Slowing down at meals, using smaller plates, and being mindful of fullness cues can help restore balance. Equally important is what's on the plate. Longevity diets tend to emphasize legumes like lentils, black beans, and chickpeas, high in protein, fiber, and essential minerals. Leafy greens and colorful vegetables, packed with vitamins and antioxidants that fight inflammation. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. These protect the heart and brain. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and miso. They support gut health which in turn strengthens immunity and mental clarity. Whole grains over refined ones. Oats, barley, quinoa, and brown rice provide sustained energy and help regulate blood sugar. And let's not forget hydration. Seniors often lose the sense of thirst, but proper hydration supports everything from digestion to brain function. Water is best, but herbal teas, broth-based soups, and water-rich foods like cucumbers and melons all contribute. Another pattern worth noting: people in longevity zones eat together. Meals are slow, social, and connected to tradition. They pray before eating, they grow their own food, they eat at home more often than in restaurants. This strengthens not just the body, but the spirit. It's not about perfection, it's about patterns. Choosing oatmeal over sugary cereal, swapping soda for water, cooking at home instead of ordering fast food. Over time, these small changes compound. Of course, it's never too late to improve your diet. Even modest shifts in eating habits can lead to major gains in energy, mood, weight, and disease prevention. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Start with one change. Add a vegetable to your lunch. Replace white bread with whole grain. Cut back on added sugar. Focus on foods that are close to their natural form. If it grew from the ground or had a face, it's probably a better option than something in a shiny package with 15 ingredients. And remember, food is more than fuel. It's medicine, tradition, and connection. In many cultures, elders are the ones who prepare meals, share recipes, and teach the younger generation how to nourish themselves. This isn't just about living longer, it's about staying engaged, staying valued, and staying well. What you eat today builds the body you'll live in tomorrow. Choose wisely and enjoy every bite. Restorative sleep and stress reduction. Sleep is often the first thing sacrificed in our busy lives, but when it comes to longevity, it's absolutely essential. In fact, sleep may be the most underrated pillar of long-term health. Without enough of it, the body can't repair, the brain can't reset, and our immune system starts to falter. As we age, sleep often becomes lighter and more fragmented. But that doesn't mean poor sleep is inevitable. With the right habits, you can improve both the quality and quantity of your rest, and that can add years to your life. Deep restorative sleep helps regulate hormones that control appetite, stress, and inflammation. It supports memory, learning, and mood. It even helps clear out toxins from the brain, possibly reducing the risk of dementia. Adults over 60 should aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. But it's not just about time, it's about rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day supports your internal clock and improves sleep depth. To fall asleep more easily, create a wind-down routine. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Read, stretch, or listen to calm music. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon and heavy meals close to bedtime. If you wake during the night, don't panic. Instead of looking at the clock, try deep breathing or a body scan meditation. Often, just lying still and relaxing your muscles can be enough to help you drift back to sleep. And then there's stress, the silent killer. Chronic stress triggers inflammation, raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and accelerates aging. It shortens telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that determine cellular lifespan. But just as stress ages us, calm restores us. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, journaling, prayer, or even slow breathing can shift your nervous system out of fight or flight mode. These techniques don't just feel good, they literally change the way your body functions. Even 10 minutes a day of intentional stillness can lower cortisol levels, improve heart rate variability, and increase feelings of peace and control. Nature is another stress antidote. Just walking in a park or tending a garden can reduce anxiety and elevate mood. So can laughter, music, and time spent with people who lift you up. Longevity isn't just about fighting disease. It's about creating a life where the body and mind are given time to heal and recharge. Sleep and stress may feel invisible, but they touch every part of your health. Make rest a priority. Protect your peace. Because when your body feels safe, it begins to thrive. Regular health checkups and preventative care. Living longer doesn't mean avoiding the doctor. It means partnering with your health team to stay ahead of potential problems. Preventative care is one of the smartest longevity strategies there is. Many of the most serious conditions that affect older adults, heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, even certain cancers, develop quietly over time. They rarely start with symptoms. By the time you feel something is wrong, the damage may already be advanced. That's where regular checkups come in. Simple screenings like blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar tests can catch problems early when they're easiest to treat. A routine blood test might reveal a vitamin deficiency, an underactive thyroid, or early signs of kidney trouble. A quick eye exam could detect glaucoma or cataracts before they affect your vision. And let's not forget about bone density tests, colonoscopies, mammograms, prostate checks, hearing tests, and dental exams. Each one plays a role in keeping you mobile, independent, and healthy for the long run. Dental health especially is often overlooked, but poor oral hygiene has been linked to heart disease, inflammation, and cognitive decline. Regular cleanings and dental visits aren't just about your smile, they're about your whole body. Vaccinations are another powerful tool. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken. That's why staying current on vaccines like the flu shot, pneumonia vaccine, shingles, and COVID boosters is so important. They're not just for avoiding illness. They can prevent hospitalizations, complications, and long-term setbacks. But checkups aren't only physical. Make sure you're regularly screening for depression, memory changes, and mental health concerns. These can be just as serious as physical issues, especially if left untreated. If you haven't already, consider creating a health journal or folder that includes your medications, test results, questions for your doctor, and notes on how you've been feeling. It helps you stay organized and makes appointments more productive. Most importantly, become an advocate for your own health. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. Ask questions. Get second opinions if needed. You deserve answers and clarity. And if navigating the healthcare system feels overwhelming, ask a trusted family member or friend to go with you. Sometimes having a second set of ears can make all the difference. Preventative care is not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding good years. Years where you can see clearly, walk confidently, think sharply, and enjoy your independence. When you care for your body consistently, it rewards you with strength, resilience, and vitality. Don't wait for a problem to start caring. Start now and you might just prevent it entirely. Stay curious, stay connected. There's a quiet truth among people who live long, vibrant lives. They never stop learning, and they never stop loving. Longevity isn't just about diet and exercise. It's also about staying mentally sharp and emotionally engaged. Curiosity keeps the brain young. When you challenge your mind, you build new neural pathways. This helps preserve memory, decision-making, and processing speed. And it doesn't require advanced courses or expensive tools. Reading a new book, learning a few words in another language, trying a different recipe, or figuring out how to use a smartphone app. Each of these is a form of mental exercise. The brain is like a muscle. Use it and it grows stronger. Let it idle and it begins to weaken. That's why lifelong learners tend to live longer. They're more adaptable, more engaged, and more optimistic. But mental activity is only half the story. The other half is connection. Humans are social beings. We were never meant to age in isolation, and yet millions of seniors do, cut off from family, community, or meaningful conversation. Loneliness isn't just painful, it's dangerous. It's been linked to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, depression, and even early death. In fact, some studies suggest loneliness may be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But connection is the antidote. Spending time with others, whether it's family, friends, a walking group, a faith community, or a volunteer team, can reduce stress, lift mood, and extend life. It doesn't have to be large gatherings. Even one or two strong relationships can have a powerful impact on health. Mentoring is especially powerful. Sharing your wisdom with younger generations, teaching a skill, or simply offering encouragement gives life new meaning and gives others a reason to keep coming back. Purpose and connection go hand in hand. And in today's world, there are more ways than ever to stay connected. Senior centers, online groups, adult education classes, and community gardens offer chances to meet people with similar interests. Even writing letters, making phone calls, or video chatting can rebuild bridges that may have faded with time. Don't let fear of technology hold you back. Learning to use email, video chat, or even social media can open doors to new conversations, support groups, and friendships. Remember, it's not about the tool, it's about the connection. Finally, stay curious about yourself. How are you changing? What brings you joy now that didn't before? What new purpose might this season of life reveal? Longevity isn't about staying the same. It's about continuing to grow. Stay curious, stay connected, and you'll find that the years ahead are not just longer, but richer, deeper, and more alive. So now you've seen it. The roadmap to a longer, healthier life isn't found in a miracle cure or secret formula. It's found in the quiet power of everyday habits. Longevity is built moment by moment over a lifetime. And even more importantly, it's never too late to start building. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start with one small shift. Maybe today you take a short walk after breakfast. Maybe you call an old friend. Maybe you add leafy greens to your dinner, or set a consistent bedtime, or write down 3 things you're grateful for. One habit, one choice. That's all it takes to begin. And the beauty of these habits is that they build on each other. One act of movement leads to more energy. Better sleep leads to clearer thinking. A small meal shared with a loved one turns into connection, and connection feeds the soul. Let's quickly recap the 7 pillars of longevity we explored. 1. A strong, purpose-driven mindset. 2. Consistent, joyful movement. 3. A nutrient-rich, plant-forward diet. 4. Restorative sleep and stress relief. 5. Preventative healthcare and regular screenings. 6. Curiosity, learning, and meaningful connection. Each one is powerful on its own, but together they form the foundation for a life that's not only longer, but fuller. Aging is not something to fear. It's something to prepare for, with wisdom, intention, and care. Because the goal isn't just to reach 90 or 100, it's to arrive there feeling strong, present, and proud of the life you've lived. So wherever you are today, know this: your next chapter can be your best one. Longevity isn't a distant dream. It's a daily decision, and you are in the driver's seat. If you found value in this video, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. Let's spread the knowledge and the hope that a long, vibrant life is within reach for all of us. And don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting, science-backed guidance tailored especially for your golden years. We're in this together, and your journey matters. Here's to many more healthy, happy years ahead. Take care, and thank you for watching.